Bodrum Mosque. General. Bodrum Mosque, Bodrum Cami, Pesa Cami in Turkish, is a former Eastern Orthodox church converted into a mosque by the Ottomans. The church was known under the Greek name of Mirileyan. The medieval structure, rather incongruously choked on three sides by modern blocks, stands in Istanbul, in the district of Fatih, in the neighborhood of Layoli, 1 kilometer west of the ruins of the Great Palace of Constantinople. Bodrum Mosque. History. Possibly during the wars against Simeon I's Bulgaria, the Drungarius Remenos Lekapanus bought a house in the 9th region of Constantinople, not far from the Sea of Marmara, in the place called Mirileyan, the place of Mer in Greek. After his accession to the throne, this building became the nucleus of a new imperial palace, intended to challenge the neighboring Great Palace of Constantinople, and the family shrine of the Lekapanus family. The Palace of Mirileyan was built on top of a giant 5th century rotunda which, with an external diameter of 41.8 meters, was the second largest, after the Roman Pantheon, in the ancient world. In the 10th century the rotunda was not used anymore, and then it was converted, possibly by Remenos himself, into a cistern by covering its interior with a vaulted system, carried by at least 70 columns. Near the palace the emperor built a church, which he intended from the beginning to use as burial place for his family. The first person to be buried there was his wife Theodora, followed by his eldest son and co-emperor Christophorus. By doing so, Remenos interrupted a 6th century-old tradition, whereby almost all the Byzantine emperors, since Constantine I, were buried in the Church of the Holy Apostles. Later the emperor converted his palace into a nunnery and, after his deposition and death in exile as monk in the island of Protein, he too was buried in the church. The shrine was ravaged by fire during the Fourth Crusade. Abandoned during the Latin occupation of Constantinople, the building was repaired at the end of the 13th century, during the period of the Paleologan restoration. After the Ottoman conquest of Constantinople, the Mirileyan was converted in a mosque by Grand Vizier Pesa, during the reign of Bayezid II. The mosque was named after its substructure, the meaning of the Turkish word bedroom is subterranean vault, basement, but was also known under the name of its founder. The edifice was damaged again by fires, when it was abandoned. An excavation, led by David Talbot Rice, discovered the round cistern. A radical restoration, led by the Archaeological Museum of Istanbul, replaced almost all the external masonry of the edifice, and was then interrupted. Two parallel excavations, led by art historian Cecil L. Stryker and by Arno Uman, focused respectively on the substructure and on the imperial palace. The building was finally restored in 1986, when it was reopened as mosque. The cistern was restored too, and it has hosted a shopping mall for a few years. Now the cistern is used by the women to pray.